News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. You say you've got a little sun out there in the back porch? Yes, some of you do, but for the most part, it is cloudy and it is wintry. And you think it's chilly now, just wait another 24 hours or so, and it's going to chill right down. Matter of fact, we hit our high temperature for the day right after midnight this morning. It's been dropping all morning. Currently, we're at 39 at the airport, 40 at Radio Center. Downtown Bay City is at 41. Downtown Midland is at 41. On top of all that, we've got a southwest wind gusting to 24 miles per hour. So we got a wind chill. 29.96 and falling is the barometric pressure. We'll get to that weather forecast for you in a moment. We'll talk weather in depth in just a little bit. But before we do that, there's a couple of folks that I want to talk to because they have had one heck of a busy schedule so far this morning. We're broadcasting from the National Association of Farm Broadcasting Convention in Kansas City. And along with me, two representatives of the ag industry. And it just so happens that both of them, if they aren't in Michigan, they're from Michigan. First of all, Luther Marquardt with the American Sugar Alliance. Luther, good morning.
It is great to be with you, Terry.
Hey, it's fantastic to see you. How many years has it been?
It's been 39 years we've been doing this together.
Yes, we have. And every year we got something to talk about, don't we?
Oh, it changes every year. Something new and exciting every time.
I guess so. And speaking of new and exciting, I got somebody that, quite frankly, I haven't talked to here in Kansas City before, but Dave Melkin, you've been in Kansas City on again and off again for a while. Your president's job with the wheat growers has taken you a lot of places, hasn't it?
We were in Kansas City last week, and we liked it so well we came back this week.
And you were in St. Louis in the process, too.
Darn right.
And you had a chance to talk to the folks at Bayer. And that was a really interesting conversation you had.
It's a lot of conversation, and there's a lot of products they talk about. There's a lot of issues they talk about getting products registered, and they also talked about the supply chain.
And Luther, you had a chance to be there too, didn't you?
Absolutely. And we look at issues that create challenges for farmers across the country, and making sure that we get products through that supply chain, through the EPA registration. Lots of challenges on that front. And I think all of agriculture has to work together with our suppliers to make sure that these products are available to us going forward.
Dave, Luther mentions the challenges, and of course, it all kind of goes back to a company like Bayer or someone that creates a product, gets a patent for it, and they go through that process. It seems like things are slowed up just a little bit in the process of getting it eventually into our hands.
Slowed up might be an understatement. It's certainly a long process. It's getting more burdensome as we go along, and there's other issues that seem to come up. Endangered species, a lot of issues, a lot of work to go through to get, and a lot of expense these companies go through to bring a product to the market.
Now, in most cases, Luther, when you're talking about getting patented and getting a product put together, over a cycle of how many years is that good for?
Your patent typically is 18 years, and then to get it from the time you discover it through EPA, oftentimes it can be 11, 12 years. So it leaves very few years left on your patent to actually go out and sell it commercially while you still have the patent. So you know what all of agriculture has to do is keep helping EPA, give them whatever support we can through our political people on the Hill, through the administration, to move these things through. But you're seeing lawsuits and other things happening that just makes everybody pull back a little bit. And we've got to make sure that they've got the enough resources to get the job done. There are products out there that's going to help us on sustainability and climate, but we can't use them if we can't get them through EPA. So that's the challenge ahead for all of America.
And it's even more important, Dave, as far as the wheat growers go and a lot of our other organizations, as Luther said, we got to work together on this, don't we?
And they go together. Luther mentioned sustainability and climate change. We need these innovative products to continue to advance these issues.
As far as the wheat growers are concerned, we've had production challenges on top of everything else, haven't we?
Oh, drought's been the big word in the wheat industry this year around the country. Fortunately, in Michigan, we were fairly well off. Wheat was hurt some, but not as bad as some. It's been a drastic situation in Pacific Northwest and Montana and North Dakota.
And we're looking at the globe as well.
Exactly. It's a supply demand thing, as we're seeing the supply is down and the price is reflecting that.
So there's good news as far as the price goes, but there's something else that goes along with it.
Well, the first rule of marketing, you have to have something to sell.
And that's where we're running into issues right now, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Luther, as far as the sugar industry goes, we're coming off a phenomenal harvest in Michigan.
A bumper crop. And when we had the drought problems that was just talked about, we were dry early on. We were concerned that we were going to be able to produce what we wanted to produce. And then all of a sudden, Mother Nature gave us water and the crop just exploded in terms of the size. And Michigan and some of the places in Minnesota had to leave a few beets in the field. We don't like to do that, but we've only got limited processing capacity. What that means for consumers is there's going to be plenty of sugar on the shelf. Don't have to worry about that. And prices will be pretty well flat.
Another issue that obviously is in the back of everybody's minds, and maybe it's too early to talk about it, but I don't think so, is the Farm Bill. Dave, when is that up for renewal?
The Farm Bill's coming in 2023. Yes, we're already laying the groundwork and having discussions. Very important. It's going to be a challenge as usual.
And Luther, we're looking at a different cast of players in Washington on this.
Yes. Remember, you've got redistricting going on in the House right now. And so that's going to make some changes in 2022. I will tell you from a local perspective, we lost Colin Peterson in the last one. And you have to have other members that have to step up. And so the Democrat in the House that has stepped up on sugar and agriculture is Dan Kildee. And he is going to be very, very critical to farmers in Michigan and across the nation when this 2023 Farm Bill comes up.
And as far as working with Dan, I know the wheat organization has been doing a lot of that.
Yes, it's certainly nice to have a voice in D.C.
And as far as guys, as we move forward for our producers, are there any suggestions that maybe producers should be paying attention to and address?
Well, there are a number of things. You're going to have to look at trade issues. You're going to need to get behind your all of your commodity organizations, whether it be wheat or sugar beets or corn or soybeans. You've got to get behind those organizations and make sure your voice is known. Remember, there are only about 34 congressional districts in the House that are more agriculture than they are urban or suburban. So the vast number of members of Congress in the House are not farmers and not agriculture.
So that means a big educational process, Dave.
Well, that's right. And when we talk about the use of these new technologies, and we really got to get back to sound science and listen to sound science. And on the tax front, we really have a concern as coming out as these transfer taxes and stepped up basis. We certainly got to keep on top of this. This could be devastating to family farms.
So if there ever was a year or a time where farm organizations are vitally important, Dave, you think we're in that right now?
Well, it's always been that way, but it's very important now that we need this voice in Washington, D.C. It really affects everybody.
Luther?
Yes. These discussions for 2023 start in 2022. So there'll be hearings and discussions and all of that. And that's where agriculture individually, we have to work for our own commodities, but we also work very closely together because agriculture as an industry has to put a strong foot forward because it's the security, national security for our country is having a strong food supply.
Luther Marquardt with the American Sugar Alliance, Dave Milliken, who's the president, National Association of Wheat Growers. Gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been an honor to be here with the both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Terry.
You bet. As far as our weather is concerned, let's get back to it. We are looking at some pretty chilly weather. Not looking for a lot of precipitation. We did get some over the last 24 hours. Many locations looking at anywhere from a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch. It does appear as though we're going to get some breaks, and whatever precipitation we do get moving forward is going to be of the frozen variety. Long term, to run us through the 1st of December, temperatures below average, moisture levels to be slightly below as well. We'll take a look at the markets in just a moment, but before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today in Kansas City from the Frankenmuth Credit Union. Remember, they've got lines of credit for equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. They can be your financial solution. Find out more by going to frankenmuthcu.org and by ACH Seeds. They're proud to work with you to sustain your continued growth. Mr. Sugar Beet Farmer, the partnership driven by shared passion that never stops growing, is refined over time and cultivated in common ground. Along with me, Melinda Sweeney with the Andersons. Melinda, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Hey, fantastic. What's going on right now on the board, Melinda?
Yeah, corn and soybeans are a little choppy today as they started higher and they're recently trading lower. Wheat still rallying with a few concerns in Australia with too much rain affecting the wheat quality and slowing down their harvest. Go ahead, Jerry.
No, so right now on the board, what do you have?
Right now we have nearby corn at $5.23, new crop corn at $5. We have nearby beans at $12.22, new crop beans at $12. Nearby red wheat at $7.72, new crop red wheat at $7.88, and white wheat at $7.72 and new crop at $7.93.
So what has the trending been like here so far this week, Melinda? Anything that really jumps out at you that's been driving the markets to do what they're doing?
Yeah, wheat is really kind of leading the rally in a way. It's the highest levels we've seen in 10 to 12 years. Australia is a big exporter of wheat, and they've had a lot of rain. So they're concerned about damaging the quality. They're in the middle of harvest right now. It's also threatening their new crop wheat. The Canadian crop was poor for wheat, and the U.S. spring crop, obviously, as we just heard from you in Kansas City, isn't that great either. And wheat demand's up. On the soybean aspect of it, bean meal is rallying, and beans are moving without the energy markets trending up, with crude oil being down $6 to $8 off their highs last week, and beans have rallied back $1 in the last week. So exciting times in the bean market, and it looks like soybean meal is the mover there. As far as corn, ethanol margins are still good and helping move the corn market.
Very good. Hey, we appreciate your input. You take care. You have a great day, okay?
Thanks. You too, Terry.
You bet. Melinda Sweeney with the Andersons. Over to Oppenheimer, we go with Doug Klein. Market report brought to you by Hudson Inc., formerly Bader & Sons and D&G Equipment. Hey, did you know that 94% of in-season field repairs done on machines were not inspected? Ag equipment inspections going on right now, so contact or stop by Hudson for an upfront, honest service quote. Learn more by going to hudsoninc.com. And by the folks at Foster Blue Water Oil, they've got the product that's going to make your diesel engine run a lot more efficiently, save you some time, give you better economy, and of course, take care of those engines. It's all about efficiency from Valve Tech Petroleum. Contact more today by going to fosterbluewateroil.com. Morning, Doug.
Morning.
What's going on?
Well, looks like wheat hit a new high today and kind of ran into a wall. It was up about 2.5% this morning, and now it's up about 1.25%. Nothing to be afraid of, just a little profit taking, I think. A little strength in energies, but not a lot, less than 1%. John Deere settled their strike, so their stock is up $7 today. So you can rest assured your very expensive equipment is going to be there for you when you need it, because that's what they do. I don't know. And then Biden is talking about changing the Fed governor, the Fed president. We'll see what happens there. Wall Street doesn't like change, so probably, it will react negatively if he does decide to do that, but that's down the road. Here's your numbers. December corn is $5.75, down 1/4 penny. The March corn is $5.81 3/4. That's up 1/4 penny. The January soybeans $12.74.5, down 2.5. March soybeans $12.85 1/4, down 3 cents. The December wheat is $8.31.5, up 9 1/4, and the March wheat is $8.42 3/4, up 9 3/4. The crude oil is $78.10, up 55 cents. Heating oil $236.65, that's up a penny. Gasoline is $2.80.07, that's unchanged. Natural gas is $5.0280, that is up 11.5 cents. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you $1.2633 at the border. That's up 28 ticks. The yen is at 114.24, up 17 ticks. The euro is at 113.52, that's up 33 ticks. The dollar's at 95.66, that's down 16 ticks. Gold's at 1863.30, down $6.90. Silver's at 24.95, down 21.25 cents. Platinum's at 1058.80, down $10.30.
Have a great day, Doug. We'll
Thanks.
talk to you again.
All right.
You bet. Farm Service brought to you by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. And folks at Steiner Tractor Parts, it's new parts for old tractors, and it's easy to get in contact with them. 800-234-3280, or go to their website at steinertractor.com. Jerry Samolsky on the line with me right now. Jerry, the plant of the week. What is it?
Plant of the week this week, Terry, is arrowwood by Burnham. So arrowwood gets its name from the Native Americans using their straight, long shafts for arrows. And it's a larger shrub, probably 6 feet. So it's a good screening plant, 6 to 8 feet in height, about the same in width. Ultimately, you can prune them a little bit shorter, but that's where they get under own. They have a white spring flower, which is not crazy good, but the fall color is exceptional into an orangey red, and then we end up with a great black fruit that the birds come in and gives some fall and winter interest. So it's a plant for all seasons, does well, highly adaptable. The deer don't really care for it. It won't be their first choice. So it's an all-around good plant, Terry. And the viburnum family is just huge. There's so many different kinds of viburnum.
Yeah, that's great. Jerry, you take care. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Yes, sir, Terry. Enjoy that Kansas City barbecue.
Oh, I am. When we return, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency joins us.
Hey, car and truck shoppers. I'm Steve Cook from the Cook GM Superstore in Vassar, and finally, I've got some great news. We actually have inventory. We actually have Chevrolet sitting on our lot. Now, don't let me exaggerate. By no means are we back to normal. Normal would be 200 or 300 Chevys and Buicks in stock. I'm talking 25 to 40 today, and that's 25 to 40 that aren't already sold. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but remember, for the past 6 months, dealers have been lucky to have 5 or 6 in stock. So here's more great news. At Cook Chevrolet Buick, you'll find Chevy Blazers with 0 down starting as low as $261 a month. You'll find Silverado Crew Cab 4-wheel drives for an amazing $315 a month. They won't last long. Get out today. That's the Cook GM Superstore, M15 top of the hill in Vassar.
Payments based on 36-month GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year, and includes all rebates. $576 on Blazer, $805 on Silverado due at signing. Call toll-free or visit us online at cookchevybuick.com. Chevy, find new roads.
What's going on with your sprayer?
I let my son drive. I got sick of spraying beets myself. Can you fix it?
I can fix anything. But why all the spraying?
Cercospora, it's awful.
You still aggressively spraying? You should plant CR Plus seed instead. It's a new trait from KWS that's Cercospora tolerant. It's bred right in.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's remarkable.
How do you know about that?
I told you. I can fix anything, even your sugar beet fields. KWS CR Plus trait is licensed to Beta Seed and Crystal Brand Seed.
Taking a look at storing some equipment for this winter? Well, let's get some tips from Craig Voorhees with a Rummel Agency. Craig, what should we be aware of?
Well, Terry, yes. Yesterday out in the warm weather, lots of folks were doing power washing and starting to park equipment for the winter. And it never fails. We always get one or two pieces throughout the winter when a critter decides to move in and make their home in there. And that is not always an automatic piece of coverage. So if that's a concern of yours, or if you've had that problem in the past, make sure when your agent's out there talking with you that comes up in conversation.
Good advice. Craig, you take care. Have a good day, okay?
Thanks, Terry. You too.
You bet. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Let's find out what's going on in New York. Steve Anderson from Baird & Company joining me. Steve, what's happening?
Well, right now, markets are mixed. We've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average down by 103 points, putting it at 35,828 on volume of 327 million shares. The NASDAQ is ahead by 65, putting it at 15,987, volume 467 million shares. Locally, we've got more down than up. Caterpillar, 201.41, down 157. Deere, 361.13, up 761. Consumers is 60.31, down 63. Dow 57.75, down 59. DuPont 79.10, down 19. Corteva 48.89, up 54. GM 63.72, down 89. Trinzio 54.10, down 44. Walmart 141.41, down 53. Home Depot 404.75, up 9.90. Huntington Bank is 16.12. Down 19, and AT&T is down 22 little cents at 24.44.
Steve Anderson, you have a great day. We'll talk to you again.
Sounds great. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Steve Anderson with Baird. We'll be right back. Are you upset with your current planter performance? Are you considering buying a new planter but blown away from sticker shock? With Precision Planting's VSET, V-Drive, and Delta Force, we can retrofit your old planter to outperform any new planter on the market. Then access all your data from planting to harvest easily with Field View. Call PC Ag Solutions today and get your parts ordered, installed, and ready to go for the upcoming growing season. 989-868-4444. PC Ag Solutions.
Wow, good looking beets as usual. How are you, Dave?
Happy to put another harvest in the books. This is my last load.
I am serious. Those look great. Got any trade secrets?
Well, the weather held. And of course, I always plant beta seed.
Seriously, that's it?
That's it. We've always gotten vigorous plants and great results. My ISA says they breed the best traits right into the seed.
Well, how exactly do they do that?
No idea. I'm just glad they do.
Beta seed, breeding confidence.
The Michael Starr Crop Insurance Agency wants to remind you that they're ready to help you avoid or minimize negative events and take advantage of positive events. It's all about risk management, and they can take care of it for you. Licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. It's the Michael Starr Crop Insurance Agency, and their agents can be reached directly on their cell phones for questions or emergencies. Their downtown Reese office is 989-868-4722. Incidentally, if you didn't have a chance to hear Luther and Dave right off the bat in the show, all you got to do is go to the Farm Service Facebook, and we will be replaying that interview next week. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM.